Hello friends, this is Wael Bashuri, math and physics teacher. In this video, I'm gonna solve this video about 2.3, 2.4 for Sabis, grade 10 in Qatar and grade 9 in other countries. So here you are given the graph of the function y equal fx, 2 plus 0.5 x minus 1 squared. We want to calculate the values of x for which you have this equation satisfied, or this inequality, fx less than absolute value of x plus 1. To start solving this, we have to note that less than means the function fx is below the straight line absolute value x plus 1. So what we have to do is to draw, we are already given fx, it's drawn here, but we have to draw the other one. So let's draw y equal x plus 1. Now to sketch this function, you need a small table like this one for x and y. Give any value for x. Give random values for x. Let's say 0, 1, 2, -1, -2. And then find the values, then plot. When x is -2, -2 plus 1, you get -1. Absolute value will become 1. -1 plus 1, you get 0. 0, you get 1. When x is 1, you get 2. When x is 2, you get 3. Now let's plot the table. -2, 1 is here. 0, 1 is here. -1, 0 is here. 1, 2, and 2, 3. Okay, now we can take one more point, for example 3. When x is 3, y is 3 as well. So 3, 3 is here. So here you have 3, 4. So 3, 4 is here. Now, if you connect the points like this, you can notice that the portion below the straight line is this part, and this part is from 1 to 3. So here from 1 to 3. Question number 2 now. In this question, you have, instead of less, you have an equal sign. So equal means you have to take where the curve and the line meet. So to do that, let's draw the curve and the line. The curve is already drawn for us, but we have to rearrange this equation in order to match this equation. So let's do that. We can write this as minus absolute value of x plus 1 minus 1 minus 1 instead of -2. Then take the bracket to the other side, and this will start matching the given equation. Then take -1 to the right side in order to match exactly the given equation. So it becomes 1 minus x plus 1 squared. And as you can see, this matches exactly this one. So now we have to draw this equation. Y is equal to negative absolute value of x plus 1 minus 1. Here is a table for x and y. Take random values for x and y. -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. When x is negative 3, you replace negative 3 here in x and see what you get. Negative 3 plus 1, you get negative 2, and because of this minus, you get negative 2, and negative 1, you get negative 3, and then negative 2, then negative 1. When x is 0, you get negative 2 again, and then when x is 1, you get negative 2. When x is 2, you get negative 3. When x is 3, you get negative 4. Now you plot the table. Negative 3 is here. Negative 2 is here. Negative 1 is here. And then 0, negative 2 is here. And 1, negative, when it's 1, when 1 you have negative 3 here. So 1, negative 3 is here. Okay, now it's enough. Connect them. If you connect like this, you see that they meet at x equal negative 3 and x equal 1. So here you have negative 3 and 1. Question number 3. The graph y equal fx equal x cubed minus 5x minus 2 is shown. Which of the following could be the approximate values of the roots? What you have to do here is to replace this y here. Y is equal to 0. Then as we did before, we have to graph the line y equals 0. Now y equals 0, where is it? Y equals 0 is the x-axis here. This is y equals 0. Because here you have y equal 2, y equal 1, so this is y equals 0. Now where the graph meets the line y equals 0, it meets it here, and here, and here in 3 positions. So you can see minus 2, and minus 0.4, and 2.4. These are the 3 correct options. Number 4 now. This is a long question. This is a long question, but they ask us about a motorbike and a stamp. This is the stamp, and this is the motorbike. You can choose here. After 4 years from 2012, the value of the stamp will be 1,000. If you check this, after 4 years, here's 4 years, the value of the stamp is not 4,000, it's above, it's not 1,000, it's above this. So after 11 years from 2012, the values of the motorbike and the stamp will be approximately the same. After 11 years here, no, they are not the same. This is 400 and the stamp is 1800, so it's not the same. This is incorrect. Let's see other options. Here you have after 4 years from 2012, the value of the stamp will be 1092. This is absolutely correct. 4,000. The value is almost 1092. This is correct. And also the value of both of them is the same after 4 years, which means also this would be a correct option. Number 5 now. The graph of the cubic function y equal f of x is shown below along the graph of the line y equal x. So here you have two graphs. F of x is equal to x. And we know y equal x is the bisector of the first quadrant. That's y equal x. And we know that these two, they meet 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And where they meet will be the roots or the solutions. And this means this option must be a correct option. Then when we add numbers or we subtract numbers here, for example, if I add 1 here, it will go 1 unit up. If I add 5, it will go 5 units up. For example, if I add 5, you can count 5 units and then you draw the new position of the line. So for example, this point here becomes, if you go 5 units up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This point becomes here. This point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 becomes here. So if you graph it like this, you notice that it cuts it only once. This means if it goes 5 units up, it will have only one solution, meets it one time. So this option must be a correct option. But what about if it goes downward? For example, y equal x minus 2. So if this line goes 2 units downward, like this point becomes here, and this point becomes here, and this point becomes here, now connect them, you notice that it still cuts it 3 times, like this. This means this option is also correct. Number 6 now. Consider the equation. Okay, here are given two equations, absolute value and quadratic function. You have to memorize the parent functions for these equations. For example, y equal x squared. This is a parabola, curvature upward, while y equal negative x squared. This is a parabola, curvature downward. And y equal absolute value of x. This is a v-shaped function like this. And y equal negative absolute value of x. This becomes like this. So if you know, if you are familiar with these shapes, you can easily choose the correct option. For example, here you have a negative sign. This means our parabola, the quadratic function, must have a curvature downward, which means we cannot choose this option because the parabola here is upward, and we cannot choose this option because the parabola here is also upward. So we are left with these two options. Now let's look at the other function. The other function is having a positive sign here. You see here, it's positive 3, which means it matches the first one. So it must be a V-shaped. Here we have a V-shaped function, but here we don't have the V, it's downward. The V is downward. So this means we cannot choose this option. So that's the one we have to choose. In part B, they ask us where is the about the roots. Roots means here, since we have equal sign, means where they meet. So where they meet here and here at 2 or minus 2. So we put minus 2 and 2.